I'm making this video out of concern for a young brother who I admired when he first came onto the scene about 6-7 years ago now. He was in his early 20s back then. He was a young cat who came from a gangbanging background. He came from a street lifestyle. He overcame a lot of trauma, including molestation at a young age. He was prone to violence, but he became better once he entered into this this internet community of information, a conscious community. He created his own name. He created his own brand. He created his own fan base strictly off his charisma, his passion for the type of information that he used to convey. And I've always admired him for that because we're around the same age. I'm 30 years old, and he's probably 30 now too. Young Pharaoh may have gotten into certain areas of information that I disagree with, especially when he used to go into detail about communicating with aliens and things of that nature. But for the most part, there were more things that we had in common than we disagreed on. So I always try to focus on the bigger picture. I don't need to go any further into it because everybody pretty much knows what's going on with Young Pharaoh at this point in time. Young Pharaoh is at the peak of his success. He has more money than he's ever had before. And he's in a position where he doesn't have to be humble. He's in a position where he doesn't have to use anybody or be invited on anybody else's platform in order to spread his name. He's already been through that phase. Now he's at a point where he's in trouble. I mean, I don't want to go too much into his personal life, but if you have any experience in the mental health field, then you recognize what's going on. Generally what happens is if someone has a mental health condition that they're not taking care of, that they're not properly addressing through medication, therapy, things tend to reach its zenith, its apex, once they start to get into their 30s. That's when the mental health problem that's undiagnosed gets worse and worse. And that's when mental health problems generally claim victims. Donny Hathaway, for example, is one of the greatest soul singers of all time. He died because he jumped out of a 25-story window because he believed that the police were stealing his music through his mind. He didn't trust telephones. He didn't trust electronic technology because he thought the police were using those as a tool to extract his music through his mind. And in order to stop this from happening, he killed himself. He did not trust authority. He did not trust police because when he wasn't taking his medication, he had these delusional thoughts. And obviously, Young Pharaoh is going through the same thing right now. So if you truly have any sort of admiration for this young brother, please stop reposting these videos of him acting just stop reposting videos of him that don't show him in his best light. You know, stop going into his comment section, into his live stream comment section, laughing at the things that he's doing. Leave him alone. Let him get some rest. Let him have an opportunity to get off the internet and take care of the issues that he needs to take care of because he has children and he needs to be there for his children. And I would hate to see the fact that his internet fame has, and his success financially, has made him impossible to become humble enough to admit that he needs to address some things. Peace. Get well, Young Pharaoh. There's a lot of people out here that love you, man.